Tesla, Google earnings, exclusive Meta CEO interview. In Silicon Valley and beyond, Bloomberg's innovation combines money and power. Caroline Hyde and Ed Ludlow technology. The first of the Magnificent Seven gathers to report results live from London, San Francisco. Wiz rejects Google's offer. First, we check in on these. The NASDAQ 100 is down 0.1%. The NASDAQ benchmark is still green, but ED. Some earnings are weaker than others, and some haven't disappeared. Focus on one of Spotify's 12% session, subscriber, and paid subscriber growth. The company released those earnings. Cast leads screen time, our entertainment industry, and streaming coverage. We're back. Talk to me on Spotify. Spotify is finally losing profits. Investors love that. Prices were raised and profit and margin were above expectations, perhaps most notably for them. Subscription edition means they may raise prices now and moving forward, which is good news for everyone. They've done what Wall Street did, wanted to cut costs and start profits. Caroline. They focus on profitability above all else, greater total subscriber growth, weakness on the larger number. I've been surprised by their growth over the last few years. Their customer base is not just premium but free, and they've had a lot of success in India and Southeast Asia, but they feel like they've done it. Reigns in podcasting and audiobooks, skepticism as to how that will turn out. It's a company, and it's a Spotify can price power, where concerns. That business is starting to feel like a reliable investment. Caroline. I'm still involved with podcasts and find the industry vibrant if you track news flow. Can Spotify say anything about property licensing deals with individual names? Lucas. Buying podcast networks, Spotify spent a lot of money. Fund originals. Secure exclusive rights to shows to bring people in and get them to listen to Spotify podcasts. Spotify feels like paying less for people. Caroline. Lucas Shaw, thanks for bringing all things Spotify. Sticking with results out of. The results in Europe were discussed by Christian Klein and Bloomberg. We're not just moving customers to the cloud, we're also transforming their business model. ExxonMobil is one of our biggest customers in the cloud. Transitioning to renewable energy and our software is key. Supply chains, we use AI to connect your supply chain to thousands of suppliers' operations. That's why it's relevant today. Caroline. Sonia, record high shares. Is it AI? Sanja. Our cloud revenue has grown and AI plays a role in business development. Seems healthy, therefore we should expect more growth later this year and in the coming months. Customer acquisition is linked to AI. Another tech company reporting, thank you. Today, Tesla, let's discuss the head of research's role. Organizing myself, your opinion on FSD is intriguing. Why are you watching this so closely? KLOCLY, auto sales data is transparent. Car sales have bottomed. Sales are down 24% due to weather in California, China, and Europe, being 25% in K. In China, it's down 7% due to aggressive measures. In Europe, promotions are different. China-European car tariffs are 20% higher. Tesla is now crossing. From EV sales to FSD, a sudden pivot, your car story. Driver is supposed to be in. After extensive discussions with researchers, we believe Tesla car needs differentiation to gain market share. It's time to upgrade on the field and competition. The underlying system may need rework for quality data. Need more for this to work. Driving is affected. I've been playing with it. Why do you think Tesla's technology and investment scale need to change? Making it bigger in the market is always a good long-term bet. Because of Tesla's AI vision, everyone else in the industry uses sensors in addition to AI software. Tesla wants to set his play apart. Some markets are a vision-only AI play. Locals will tell you it's a challenging route because it needs more. It needs a bigger AI system to give you. Your operation domain design is huge. Have a few but want 5. We were just showing retail investors top things. They have a platform to vote and they will upload both questions. What's missing is Robotaxi's importance to Elon Musk. Give Robotaxi a new date. Robotaxi is just one manifestation of its vision, but it's easier to achieve because no one else does it behind the wheel. Legal liability is clear. If Robotaxi gets into trouble, Tesla will fully compensate and be financially and legally responsible, opposed to FSD if it's autonomous. Tesla's legal responsibility is limited by insurance. See lots of Waymos on the street, but no Tesla Robotaxi because it requires a different company HDS and AI program integration. Caroline. We're used to being patient with Elon's promises. He pushed back Robotaxi. Is this an energy company? Pushed back Optimus last day. Does that matter long if we see AI? Junheng. Energy does extremely well, but energy doesn't surprise 100 times. The company's poster and earnings ratio give it a. The price to earnings ratio is 100. ASD story will lead to Elon Musk's desired outcome. ASD will penetrate 30% of cars. So US sales are 18 million cars, which gives Tesla 6 million cars because it's giving. You drive and the company makes 10%. You get 30 times price to earnings with that run rate, just like Apple. This gives you a $2 trillion valuation. Tell the investor base and pacify them. Someone else may arrive before Tesla. You get much lower market valuations than $2 trillion with a 20% probability. Look at Alphabet. It's not just Tesla out after. The Bell. We're up 5% focusing on Search Cloud, AI, and the Wizard. Google's billion-dollar offer rejection is detailed later in the show. Next, Bloomberg's Emily Chang discusses Mark Zuckerberg's exclusive interview. Technology, the largest open-source AI model ever, was unveiled by Meta today. In an exclusive interview with Emily Chang, with Mark, take a listen to Zuckerberg explain why he thinks his strategy is better than OpenAI and Google. Release LLaMA 3.1. The largest open source model paid $405 billion. What does unlock that jump? Mark, if you think of all the startups out there or all the entrepreneurs, even governments trying to do different things, they all need to build custom models for what they're doing are hard to do with closed systems like OpenAI or Gemini. A core part of our philosophy is that we don't think one AI should rule them all. Millions of models are our goal. If you think you can confirm this, I think to some degree. One superintelligence is ugly and wrong to look at. With so few hours throughout the day, people want to interact, therefore platforms need millions of creators. Every one of them can easily train an AI version of themselves to do what they want. This is almost like an artistic artifact they're putting out there for their community to interact with and control. Emily. Facebook and you have been criticized for a lot, agree or disagree. Why should we trust you with AI? Mark. That's a loaded question. We've been blamed for a lot. I take our role in all of this seriously. I think we try to handle it. Ideally, I'd want to think we're a significant company, so the scrutiny is generally healthy. Open source means everyone may scrutinize the work, which puts a lot of pressure on the work. Your work improves quickly. Emily joined me on set. The interview was well-timed, and Zuckerberg's statement that we think is crucial. Meta may be the leading AI company, but he's behind. In that conversation, you caught up with him. The scale of Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp is incredible. Chatbot is already embedded in these products and can be used as a standalone chatbot. He says hundreds of millions will use it by year's end. In a few months, it's the world's most used chatbot, he believes. Eclipsing ChatGPT may be good. We showed intelligence in the latest. He admits there is a gap between LLaMA 3.1 and the most advanced models, but they are working on it. That gap will close with the update. Caroline, as you mentioned in What, there's been criticism on the fact that it's open source and how is he reacting to the danger? I think broadly open source it's safer and more secure because all these people are building on it and using it. If they see something wrong, he said Meta will be called out and fixed. The question is what's in it for Meta? As an industry standard, it is more secure and better for us because what's happening under the hood you can't see until anything goes wrong. What's interesting is without. His philosophy has been deeply rooted in open source for 20 years, thus he couldn't build Facebook. Interesting, he understands why there's pushback. Given Meta, Facebook, and its platforms, some see him as an unlikely open source champion. Solved but doubled down. This is the best way forward. Wears a New Haircut is an MA fighting man, and Mark Zuckerberg leads a crucial company. You've spent time with him in Tahoe. I learned how such characters relate. I've met him several times over the years, more comfortable in his skin than ever. We talk about Zach's energy and side questions. His wife was there too. His energy makes me prefer him to do these other things. The main takeaway was that he's not. Jeff Bezos, who left Amazon and Google, is one of several tech founders. He said, I want to see this ad wave play out. The next platform won't be here for 10 or 15 years. Emily Chang must see more interviews. This airs at 6:30 p.m. on Bloomberg TV, Eastern Time. Apple's foldable. iPhone could fold like a clamshell. And it would be like the 2020 Samsung Galaxy X Flip. Bloomberg Tech. Caroline. Cybersecurity news. Startup Wiz rejected Google. Bloomberg saw a takeover officer stick to IPO plans. This hurts Google's cloud security efforts. Please invite Dana back and explain why this was so important to Pete. Microsoft and Amazon compete in the cloud space. Cybersecurity offerings would have been rounded out. Just over $5 billion was acquired. The portfolio would have been routed. The real focus is detecting cyber threats on many major cloud platforms. Web services like Microsoft Azure have been included. It's one of the major no-names in that key space. The regulatory environment, antitrust, is also important to leaders, according to sources. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. See you in the next one.